Hey baby.
Hey baby. So, can I get the Google Pixel Pro XL? I want to switch out my iPhone. My coworker today showed me hers and the camera quality is awesome and it looks way sleeker than my iPhone.
Why would you want to switch from the iPhone to the Google Pixel Pro XL? It doesn't even have MagSafe. I did a review on this phone last year.
Well, it does have MagSafe now, and I know I don't like larger phones. I've always been against it in the past, but I tried it out at work and I think I can handle it.
Yeah, but it doesn't have FaceTime, and I know you like to call your siblings on FaceTime. Along with that, it doesn't even have iMessage, and iMessage is a core to our relationship.
Yeah, it's okay that it doesn't have the iPhone. I heard that their AI is better than the Apple Intelligence. Plus, it comes in a wide array of colors.
Just bear in mind that you won't have that seamless integration across your MacBook, your iPhone, your AirPods, your Apple Watch. When you're leaving iPhone, when you're leaving Apple, you're leaving a whole ecosystem to jump to something else different.
You're right, but honestly, I just want to try something new. I've had an iPhone for almost my entire phone history, okay? And I know there might be some truth to what you're saying. You know, I had some friends who switched back to iPhone after trying out Google for a little bit, and they did miss the customization and the longer software support.
I guess you're right. Both phones have their strengths and weaknesses. iPhone users just want something that just works and kind of are locked into an ecosystem, but Google has their own great, awesome features as well.
So how about this, baby? Can you do a review for me? I want to see the perks of both sides.
Alright, so the package has finally arrived, and as you guys know, I am on the orders to review the new Google Pixel, the Pro 10 XL. And I'm kind of excited to actually test this out. I like the vibe and feel of this phone in particularly because it kind of resembles and looks a lot like the iPhone and feels like the iPhone, so I kind of like that premium feel. But hopefully this goes with the same as last year and feels super premium like the previous year of Google Pixel 10 Pro. So as you can see, not much has changed with the packaging. Let me just move this out of the way. Not much has changed with the packaging. We're gonna tear this to get to be able to open up the box itself. So let me make sure this is up. Okay, so I got this, and look at this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set this up, and then after I set it up, I'm gonna run through some of the features of the new Google Pixel Pro, not the XL. Somebody messed up the order or somebody messed up my delivery, but let's get into that. This year we could expect buttery smooth display at 120 Hz, delivering up to 2200 nits of HDR brightness and cranking it up to 3300 nits of peak brightness with that familiar fingerprint resistant coating and IP68 for water resistance. But here's where things get cheeky. The Pixel 10 Pro now supports Q2 magnetic accessories, essentially is Google's answer to MagSafe. So Google isn't just making it easy for us to transfer from iPhone with their software experience, but you could also continue using your well-known magnetic accessories. Under the hood, we're looking at the new Google Tensor G5 processor paired with a generous 16GB of RAM and 128GB of base storage, plus that Titan M2 security core processor, keeping everything locked down tightly. However, this chip is not as fast as the Snapdragon Elite. The camera setup is where things get really interesting. You got a triple camera system featuring a 50 megapixel main wide camera and a 8 megapixel ultra wide with autofocus. Along with that is a 48 megapixel telephoto with optical image stabilization. Video capabilities should be impressive with 8K recording at 30 frames per second, but I really don't know. Most of us everyday users won't even see the result of these, because even uploading to my videos to YouTube at 4K, they are compressed and not necessarily the full depth of what you're getting from the camera. We also have a super res zoom at 20x, and let's not forget the massive 24 megapixel front facing camera with autofocus. All right, so this is a die-hearted Apple fanboy, and I want you to take a look at this. This is the new Google phone. Initial thoughts?
It looks sleek. It looks nice. It looks like a copy, a ripoff of an Apple iPhone. Man, a total ripoff. If this is something else other than Apple.
Yeah, this is from Google. So this is the Google Pixel Pro 10.
Yeah, it definitely looks like an iPhone with a Google brand.
Yep. So I think the design for this, I'm just trying to get like your initial thoughts, because the design for this is obviously geared towards the people who like Apple, like the design of it, but don't necessarily want to be trapped into what they call the Apple ecosystem. But any other thoughts, like even with the feel of them both in hand?
I mean, it actually feels heavier. This is bigger, but this feels heavier. Let me switch hands just to make sure. Yeah, it definitely feels a little bit heavier, yet it's smaller.
Yeah. So they actually have the Pro XL. This is not it. This is just a regular version, which is geared towards just a regular version of the iPhone.
Well, if I'm looking at just the aesthetics of it, right? Just looking at the look and feel, to be honest, I would think it could be an iPhone, right? But the proof of the pudding is in the quality. Proof of the pudding is in the performance. This could perform great, and it may even outperform Apple. But who wants a phone that would perform the leading contender only 2 days and then it craps out?
Right? So it's just your initial thoughts. I think this is good. I haven't tested out the video quality nor the photo qualities as yet, but from last year it seemed good. I know there's improvement that needs to be made when it comes on to the video side, so hopefully with this review I'll be able to actually dive a little bit more deeper in and show the viewers what it actually feels and looks like.
Well, it definitely looks sexy, I must say.
Okay, so since you said that,
yes,
would you, just based upon aesthetics, would you switch over to using this phone?
I wouldn't. I would say just on the looks of it, is definitely an attraction.
Okay.
Right. I would never switch until I take a look at the performance, as you're saying, the benchmarks and things of that nature. But definitely it is attractive.
Okay.
Right. It definitely is an attractive look.
Okay. All right. That's it.
All right.
So I'm outside with the phone. This shoots at, I think, 50 megapixels, and I want to capture some footage just to see how it actually works in the daylight. Both are at the same focal length. So this first photo is at 1x, and then let's do this at 2x, and the iPhone maxes out at 5x. So let me even see, like that photo right down there, that wall, that's 5x. And let me go to the extreme focal length, which is at 5. Okay, so another at 5x, and let me go into 1x. So far, the Google Pixel tends to show more colors, a lot brighter, but that's always a thing with Google. And let me go in and let's see how much detail we could actually capture from these two phones. And then 5x, I don't know why I would use 5x right here. I tend to like the colors more coming from the Google Pixel Pro rather than the iPhone, but I like the clouds a lot more coming from the iPhone itself. So there's always preferences when it comes down to that for a lot of people. All right, so You have an iPhone, correct?
I do.
All right, so let me see your first impression of this phone. What do you think of it? Like, what does it remind you of when you think about like this phone? Are you just seeing it?
It reminds me of the iPhone. I love how lightweight it is. I love the horizontal,
the camera
presentation, the horizontal as opposed to the box on an iPhone of the square. I love it.
So you like this over the iPhone?
Yes.
Does it remind, like, apart from that, the feel both of them in your hand, and just tell me like any similarities, anything that you don't like or you like on one versus the other?
Well, I do love the size of the iPhone. I can see this is a Max or a Pro, whereas this is what would in iPhone land be a smaller version of such. I see that the lock screens are almost identical, which makes it user-friendly for someone who is going to utilize a Galaxy or a Google or Samsung phone.
Okay. All right. So you like, okay, so if you were supposed to choose right now, which one would you choose to use? Like,
I would still choose to utilize the iPhone.
Okay, so I'm going for a jog, and as you can see, it's a little bit darker. I believe I'm both at the same focal length for both of these. I can't see on my iPhone if it is actually at 1x or whatever the other settings they have, but for the Android, I'm easily able to see that on the screen. And to be honest with you, I kind of like the Google Pixel colors more than, well, a little bit more than the iPhone at this moment. The iPhone seems to be a little bit brighter than the Android, but the colors, even looking back at the background, you can see in the top corner, it just seems like that not iPhone, but the Google may be capturing a lot more colors than the iPhone. But we'll actually see how the results look when I actually put them on my computer, because some of the times you look at them on the phone and when you use them, or even when you post them, the quality downgrades, and that's always an issue with Android, especially integrating with other applications, other third-party applications. But so far the quality looks good. Hopefully you guys could hear the audio very clear as well, just doing a audio comparison, and these are both at 4K at 30 frames per second, but this looks good. And this is shot at 4K at 30 frames per second. I do have a preference of what I like and what I think looks better, but I won't share that with you guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, which video quality looks better. But I believe that kind of wraps it up for this video. If you made it to the end, make sure that you leave your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll be doing a review, well, a better review on this in the future. Not necessarily better, but a day in the life, which kind of goes in more depth of some of the features of this phone and how I view it as an everyday user. But if you want to be able to see that video, make sure that you subscribe to this channel, and I feel like that wraps it up. Peace out, God bless, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.